How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I got news for the royal family. This is a popcorn video. Now, the things I'm about to tell the royal family, even though Clarke is not directly involved, what I'm about to show the royal family is an example of following a coon. And he deemed himself a super coon. He wants to out-coon everyone. And so even though ex-sheriff Clarke has resigned and moved on because it was a lot of heat, and there is going to be more heat. So let me read something real quick to the royal family. Ex-sheriff David Clarke's staffer charged in dehydration death of detainee in Milwaukee jail. Now, there's some more people that died in that jail. And this is the first of many trials that they are going to have. Now, I don't know as they go down the line which one will hit him, but eventually one of these cases will hit him. And in fact, I'm wrong. The one that's going to hit Clarke is that first incident where the white girl they assume was driving intoxicated, and one of the pigs that worked directly under Sheriff Clarke, ex-Sheriff Clarke, lied about the whole thing. He had his wife to do the police report. He did all of that. And then when they came back with the footage and seeing that, you know, with the camera on the street, that he T-boned this lady, they broke the white girl's neck, they chained her to the bed, they charged her for drinking and driving. She had nothing in her. She was totally clean. So once the sheriff found out what was going on, he immediately fires the white boy. No, they hired him back, letting him basically know, coon, you don't hire or fire nobody here. We do that, because they seen that he was covering up. So that's the case that's going to catch him. He's still in hot water. Don't lose sight of that, my royal family. Now, you can see this is a bit of a long video, but it's a necessary video because I like to drive it in the ground. So the first video I'm going to play is just short so y'all can get a quick view of what's going down. And then we're going to go to the long version.
3 Milwaukee County jail staff members have been charged in connection with the death of an inmate who went a week without water. According to Newsy's partners at WTMJ, Nancy Evans, Kashka Meters, and James Ramsey Guy were all charged Monday for their role in Terrell Thomas's death. Thomas died of dehydration in April 2016 while in solitary confinement at the jail. Officers at the jail intentionally turned the water off in his cell to discipline him, but they never turned it back on. According to WTMJ, jail policy states that inmates should have access to water in their cells at all times. Officers never offered Thomas anything to drink while his water was shut off.
All right, my royal family. Now, this is a long video. It's 24 minutes, and I want all of it. All of it. And this should be an example of what happens to you, because the parties that are involved are black folks. There's one right there. There's no, she could be Mexican. There's another one. It's black folks that was working under that was working under that damn coon, and now their life is upside down. So let's hear what's really going on.
Not just to the victims of that crime, but also to those individuals that have been accused of crime, to make sure that they are kept safe. All matters are litigated in the courthouse, and following due process and proper procedures, we have to make sure that everybody is safe while that's taking place. Today we issued 3 criminal complaints in ascending order of responsibility. One against Correctional Officer Ramsey Guy for abuse or neglect of a prisoner. One against Lieutenant Metters for, again, neglect and abuse of a prisoner. and one count against Major Nancy Evans or 2 counts for obstructing an officer, and 1 count of misconduct in office. Neglect of a prisoner is Class I felony. The misconduct in office is also a Class I felony. Now, I'm obligated to indicate at the beginning of any criminal proceeding that all the allegations are just that. They're allegations, and that the individuals are presumed innocent until the court determines otherwise. But to a certain extent, that's what brings us here as well, and that is that Mr. Charles Thomas shared that same presumption. And our expectation when Mr. Thomas was brought into custody is that he would be kept safe. The allegations set forth in the criminal complaint document that did not happen, and as a consequence, after a thorough investigation, which included using the inquest process as an investigatory tool, we made the determination that these 3 individuals were responsible for the actions surrounding Mr. Thomas's death. I also want to indicate that Sheriff Schmidt has cooperated fully with us in this investigation, and it has allowed us to complete the investigation. And so if one of the questions was, why are we here today? It's done deliberately. I want to indicate that we have received nothing but full cooperation from this administration in conducting this investigation and completing the investigation. It's taken us some time. There's still some additional work that needs to be done in terms of determining liability and some other matters, but we are prepared to go forward with these counts at this point in time. So what I will do is before taking questions, just ask if Sheriff Schmidt has any comments that he would like to make.
Very brief. First of all, I want to thank the district attorney for the professionalism that he's shown in our office, his DA investigators that have taken a tremendous part in bringing us to this particular point. Also, the Milwaukee Police Department, who did the original investigation. I want to thank them for what they did and the painstaking efforts they took to get things right for the district attorney's office. I also want to thank the citizens of Milwaukee County. Why? Because they're the ones that came, they took part in the inquest, and what they did was a tremendous service in helping move this process along. Many people want to know what I now as the sheriff of Milwaukee County can or can't do. Well, the criminal investigation is totally separate from what our office can do, but here is what I am going to do. Immediately upon getting the charging documents from the district attorney, I suspended the 3 individuals, and what will take place, there is a process that now I have to follow. It's threefold. One is those individuals will be brought in within the next 24 hours, which is based on how the process must work. They'll be brought in, they'll be questioned by our internal affairs individuals. This could include more people than in the scope of the criminal complaint, by the way. Secondly, they have 48 hours after that point, so we're looking at now 3 days total. They have 2 days to come by to look at our final reports, to review it with whoever the representatives are, whether it's attorneys, unions, or otherwise. I fully intend to make my decision by Friday as to the discipline that our agency will impose. And that's as far as I can go at this point, because we must let the due process go through. That's totally separate from what the district attorney is doing with the criminal charging, but I look at it from the rules violations that may or may not have taken place. The one final thing that I'll say is this. 34,500 inmates come through the Milwaukee County Jail every single year. I have mandated since September 1st when I took over that facility again, and I was a jail administrator from 2004 to 2010. I know corrections, I know what should be done, and I know when things aren't done properly. So I can guarantee the public, when you find my disposition is specific only to the internal investigation, there's no tolerance for anything that causes neglect of inmates. I will be very strong on my decisions if indeed those documents support what I believe they're going to show. Thank you.
I take a few questions.
You
Yes.
said completed our investigation. Does this mean this is it for charges in connection with this case?
No, we're still reviewing issues surrounding the medical care that Mr. Thomas received, and so we're still making determination whether there will be action related to that.
And, Mr. Chisholm, there were other jail staff that were part of the inquest that were named. Can you tell us about them?
Certainly. So anytime you have a death in a custodial setting, it is almost inevitably a systems issue. And there has to be a failure of many people. But what we decided was most important, and again, the inquest process helped us discern and distill down the people most responsible through action or inaction for the death of Mr. Thomas. And we balance a lot of different factors. Obviously, the inquest standard is one of probable cause. It's an advisory verdict. The standard that we now take it up to is evidence that would sustain a verdict beyond a reasonable doubt. And so these are the individuals that we feel are appropriate to focus on because of their role.
Sheriff, a couple questions for you. Will these staffers continue to be held in the Milwaukee County Jail, and are they suspended when they're
I missed the first part, I'm sorry.
Will these, the three that are charged, will they be held in the Milwaukee County Jail, or will they be transferred elsewhere for their safety or conflict of interest?
Those individuals, and maybe you want to answer that question actually as to what the process is with them?
Sure. They are not in custody, and they are not likely to be in custody. The reason that is so is that they actually did participate in this process already. In other words, they responded to subpoenas for the inquiry.
So anyway, my royal family, what I'm going to do, because I don't want to put you through that, I was just giving you a sample of that, and it is very important. So, the staffers that worked under Clarke is feeling the pain. Now, what they are doing now, my royal family, is cleaning his shit. He done resigned, he done wiped his hands, and he done moved on. But Sheriff, I guarantee everything that God loves, they coming after you. Your hands are still in the pot. And it's going to be that very case where you took part in the cover-up. So you may be scot-free on these situations, but this should teach the other coons that follow a coon. This is what you get when you follow his shit. So it's only going to be a matter of time, Sheriff. They're coming for you. So, you know what's going on, but you're going to play like and act like and all those things in this system. But they going to drag you. Because somebody feels some kind of way that they got to hold basically the barrel for you. So they're going to tell on you. It's just a matter of time. Because you done left a pile of shit in Milwaukee. And they cleaning up your shit while you collecting a nice fat ass pension. You know the white man likes to look at your money. So anyway, my royal family, like I said, I will pin that rest of that Dog and Pony show if you want to watch it. I don't want to drag that out with the royal family. So, Sheriff, I have a great deal of patience. But anytime I find out about anything about you, I do my due diligence and report to the royal family. So anyway, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.